While our physical body and physical world may hold limits, the way to mold our reality can be found through integrating the causal body. Find out more in this episode of New Earth Teachings. Hello, I'm Brad Johnson, and welcome to the next episode of New Earth Teachings. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about causal body mechanics. We have been taught since our stepping upon this earth that everything relating to what we see, smell, taste, touch, and hear really cannot be changed. That we have gone through so much of a physical, solid, logical life, and that we really have to exhaust ourselves. We have to work so hard. We have to do all kinds of physical labor. We have to really be a slave relating to everything that represents physical reality. But what if I were to tell you that if we dive a little bit more deeper into the understanding of metaphysics, that we have the capability to work where reality serves us, where the aspect of appearance, of illusion, will serve us. We're no longer looking at the magic show, where we're becoming wowed by what the magician of reality is attempting to share with us. We are now going to be sitting in that seat, and we're going to be looking at what the magician is doing, and we understand all of what the magician is doing, and we are no longer falling for the magician's tricks. We ourselves can now become the magician. And this magician begins by working together with the causal realm. Now again, if we're looking at the physical realm to which we exist, it is very solid. It operates in linear space and time. Then as we move up into the next plateau, we have what's known as the astral realm. And the astral realm is a thought matrix. It represents the nature of thought, of our thinking. Just like when we go to sleep at night and we experience our dreams, we can think of something, and what we think of is able to come to life. So we put a lot of thought into a creation, into a manifestation, into an item, into a person, and now they start to bring themselves into our awareness. And of course, we play a lot around with the dream state. The dream state, again, is prolific. There's a lot you can learn through the astral realm and through the creation of thought. But what if I told you there is yet another realm, a realm that goes beyond the astral plane, beyond the dream plane, and this realm is called the causal plane. This is what I've talked about in a video of mine a while back called the abundance dimension. And in the abundance dimension, what you are doing is you're working together with feeling. And feeling is much more instantaneous than thought. So if I feel something, I don't need to spend the next several seconds trying to understand what thought is trying to tell me about that feeling. That feeling simply comes to life. Even when we start to play with the astral realm, we still look at some particular type of sequence. We look at a point A path, a point B, a point C. We have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Of course, we can have a lot of flexibility with that, and we can go in between those points. But nonetheless, we look at something relating to sequence. When we're going into the causal plane, we can throw sequence completely out the window. When we are working together with the causal plane, our feelings are the guide. And what you are doing is you are spending time within the causal plane, focusing on a moment. So not a sequence, not an A to a B to a C, but you're just focusing on C, not B, not A. We're not looking at the cause, even though it is the causal plane. We're looking at the effect. We're looking at something that generates the effect of what it is that we want to manifest and perceive in life. So when you start going into the causal plane and you go into meditation, you focus, and you just feel yourself in this beautiful space, a perfect place that you have imagined, and you're able to sit down and just hone in on a feeling that you know is prosperous, that you know is joyful, that you know is just wonderful to experience. For example, one person may want to increase their financial abundance a great deal more. So what they'll do is they'll go into meditation. They'll feel themselves going beyond this body, going beyond this physical reality. They'll move upwards past the astral plane, and they'll come into the causal. And when they come into the causal, all they're looking at is the result, the effect of the manifestation, of the intention, of the perspective that they want to align to relating to the causal. And all you do is continue to focus on that one moment, like it's looping back, forward, backward, side by side, all together in this loop. And now you're seeing an effect of you being financially abundant. You're in this moment looking at your wallet, and all of a sudden you're seeing all of these dollar bills. Or you're at a bank machine. You pull out the receipt and you see this enormous sum. Or you see a person handing you a briefcase, you open it up, and here's all this finance here. But even easier than all of that is just being able to feel yourself as this causal body who is smiling, who is beautifully dressed, and they're just so happy and joyful because they are so financially and internally secure. This is the easiest form when you're going into the causal realm. You can certainly create these idea of props, of innovations, of looking at your wallet, of going to a bank machine, of seeing this briefcase full of money and just seeing your reaction. But that's the important part. That's what makes the causal plane such an effective tool to use in the form of manifestation. You're looking at the feeling that this has actually created. You don't really need to bother in saying that, well, here's my situation right now, here's what I feel I have to do, and then all of a sudden I will get this result. We're skipping that. All we're looking at is, here's the result, here's the effect, here's the feeling that's allowing me to go into the effect of what it is that I'm looking to manifest, to perceive, that will then trickle back into physical reality. So let's look at that idea of effect, that feeling, just for a moment. If you were to look at yourself right now and say that, yeah, Brad, one of the things I really want to work on is becoming more financially abundant. So if you want to be more financially abundant, let's imagine that that's happening to you right now. Let's imagine yourself. You're just throwing away all of these feelings of saying that you're not financially abundant. I want you right now in your mind to feel that you are financially abundant. You close your eyes, you vibe into it, you just detect this feeling. How does it feel? I'm smiling, I'm joyful, I'm happy. I feel amazing, great. That's your focus in the causal plane. So you are seeing this causal body in the causal plane that is just the essence of that pure feeling. And you are holding on to that causal body. You are holding on to that feeling and to that effect for as long as you feel you can. Because what you're telling your mind is that this is who I am. This is the person that I choose to be. I'm going to be extremely happy, extremely excited, extremely amazed that I have all of this feeling of financial abundance within myself. And you hold it. You just hold it there. And you go into meditation and you focus on that body. So if I'm closing my eyes, I'm seeing myself maybe in a blazer, right? Really nice shirt, but I'm just smiling and I feel so good. I don't even have dollar bills in my hands. I don't even have a bank receipt in my hand. I don't have a briefcase full of money, right? I could use those in the causal plane if I wanted to, but all I'm doing is I'm focusing on the feeling that I was able to reveal because this is how I feel when I have that form of financial abundance. Now it's the same with everything else. For a person who wants to have incredible health, a person who feels what it's like to be incredibly healthy just needs to focus on that causal body of themselves that is extremely healthy, right? They may have healthy legs, healthy feet, healthy bones. They may have healthy organs, right? Not one problem within their body whatsoever. What does that, though, is the feeling that we are able to connect to. So if I was able to throw away all of these perceptions and ideas of me being unhealthy, that I need to take care of myself, that I'm sluggish, I can't do this, I can't do that, I have to throw all of that away. Once I throw all of that away, now I have what's left, and that's the feeling of being extremely healthy. So I feel through myself sensations, right? I can feel sensations going beyond the physical body. I feel the sensations of my causal body. My causal body is saying, I am extremely healthy. And now I want that feeling, I want that sensation to flow through me, through my mind. Because again, the causal plane is still an affiliation with the mind, but it works together with the state of feeling. It's not about thinking about this or thinking about that, or I have to think about this thing, I have to manifest this thing through thought. No, you can skip all that. That's why we're going past the astral, looking past an A to B to C, and we're coming right to C. And so you are just looking for that sensation. You're looking for that feeling. You're tuning completely into the causal body. The causal body is now feeling this amazement. It feels wonderful. It's so healthy. And you're spending as much time as you feel you like to capture that feeling and just stay in that feeling. And the more that you stay in that feeling, you are reprogramming your mind, and your body is now going to start reacting to the healthiness from that sensation through that feeling of you being in the causal plane and being able to place that feeling in your mind, and now your physical body starts reciprocating that feeling as well too. This is what we call the bleed through dimensions. So here's the causal plane, here's the astral plane, here's the physical plane. So when we're holding that impression, that sensation, that feeling from the causal plane, it starts to drip. And it starts to drip through the astral plane. We may start to receive some thoughts about that. And of course, we come into the physical plane. But of course, we can just go right from the causal right to the physical. We don't even have to bypass it together or put up with it together in the astral, right? We're just taking it from the causal and we're just bringing it right down to the physical. We can actually get it to skip a dimension, right? So the only way that we're able to do that is when we are able to hone in on that perfect feeling of sensation. What is that feeling? Everybody can do this. I've done this for myself for many different areas of my life that required improvement. And it was able to happen, right? With financial abundance, with health, with intelligence, with memory, with connecting to spirit a lot more. It was all possible. So if I can do this, all of you can do this as well too. But what it requires is you being able to strip away everything else that says, I'm not this person, I'm not healthy, I'm not financially abundant, I'm not able to develop the type of career that I want, I'm not able to get spiritual advice, I'm not able to connect with spirit, to connect with God, I'm not able to do any of that. So as long as we create those particular belief systems, those walls, then we're going to be stuck with those beliefs. We haven't allowed ourselves to strip them away. But when you do, it's like just throwing off all of this garbage. It's throwing away all of this debris that has piled on top of you until all of that debris is gone, and now you're left with yourself. And now you can feel yourself. It's an energetic nakedness. And now you tap into that energetic nakedness and say, I'm going to feel what it's like to be healthy. I'm going to feel what it's like to be financially abundant. I'm going to feel what it's like to be deeply connected with spirit. And that feeling is what's going to do it. That's what's so amazing about the causal plane. It's all about receptivity of feeling. You do not have to go into the thought plane of the astral. You do not have to slave yourself into the physical plane, feeling that everything needs to be a heavy, rigorous effort where you're just getting more and more exhausted each and every day. This is where you are planning out your manifestations. You're planning out your life by allowing these sensations of what you know yourself to truly be to have so much focus upon them, and now they will start to overlay themselves, bleed through into the physical reality. So now you've spent 5, 10, 15 minutes in meditation. You were able to hone in on that feeling and just stay in that feeling. You have to stay in it, okay? You start wandering off away from that feeling's not going to register so much. You want to make sure you're staying within that 5, 10, 15 minutes per day. If you can do even more, fantastic. Once you have that feeling, the feeling is actually easier than holding a thought. Because if we're holding a thought, that thought again has some particular type of logic matrix within it. But when we go into feeling, we just know this feeling and we don't have to explain it. We don't have to rationalize it. We don't have to articulate it. It's just a simple feeling. What does it feel like to be happy? Okay, I'm gonna smile. And I'm just gonna feel this incredible light of feeling. And I stay there. All I'm focusing on is the feeling. See how simple that is? That's all you're doing. So if the idea of having a very healthy body generates that sensation that is close to happiness, then that's all you want to focus your energy on. So you feel yourself with healthy legs, with healthy feet, with healthy organs, with a healthy back, with no illnesses within your body whatsoever. How does this make you feel? I feel great relief. I feel great joy. Great. So you want to combine those two into one. You want that one ideal sensation. And this is the causal body mechanic. The causal body mechanic allows you to take that feeling and just sit with it and let it be embedded into your being. That's how simple this is. So you enter meditation. You look at what it is that you want to have within your life. All right, we want to assign that feeling upon ourselves. We want to make it a part of us. We want to look at that causal body that is aligned to that feeling, and we want to put it into ourselves. And we hold it, and we hold it, and we hold it, right? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And once you have held it, as long as you feel you can, deep breath in, deep breath out. Continue on with your day. That's it. You have reprogrammed your mind to give yourself the assurance that that's who you are. That's your body. That's your causal body that you're looking at, that represents that pure feeling. And by you being able to hold that 5, 10, 15 minutes, that causal body is now starting to merge together with yourself. It's an overlay of an energy body that's now fractalizing itself within your body, and your physical body is going to have the effects on a gradual level pertaining to what you were able to imagine through the causal body. You see, the physical body is very, very dense. It's very solid. It's at the solidified end of a vortex, right? So when we start to move up into the astral plane, it's like looking at water. And then when we're moving up to the causal plane, it's like looking at vapor. But we have that solid ice that represents physical reality. And there will be gradual changes through the idea of the physical body as we tap in more to the causal body and overlay it upon ourselves through the permission that we create based on feeling that sensation that says, this is the causal body that represents myself and who I wish to be. And so now it is overlaid. Now it is bled through into your energetic matrix. And now it will continue to merge and start to form together with the physical body. And as you do this, your causal body is now helping you to transform your physical body into that impression, that sensation, that feeling of who you want to be. So you will see all these opportunities coming into your life. You will see these new people coming into your life. You will see all kinds of shifts taking place in your life. You will see these windows that are coming into your life that are giving you the opportunity to jump through them, because that is you applying and enabling yourself into the causal body. So give this a try. Work with the causal body mechanic. Work with the sensation. Clear away all of the debris and leave yourself energetically naked. And let this causal body sensation embed itself into your physical body and become the being that you feel you wish to become. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to check out my website, newearthteachings.com, where I offer private sessions, online, distant healing sessions, digital courses, and a lot more. newearthteachings.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you again in the next video. Namaste.